start by saying I am not at all an expert on these questions, right? These are questions about education and child psychology and all sorts of stuff that I don't consider myself expert on, but I've got some thoughts. So one thing is mathematics, as I think about it, is a discipline that discovers truths. So for example, earlier I was talking about this proof that Cantor did that there's more than one size of infinity. That's a very surprising result. You were talking about beauty before. It's a beautiful result. The proof is beautiful. It's just a great piece of mathematics. That is not taught in the schools, right? In the schools, you learn how to add two numbers together to get the right answer. That's when kids are very young. Then, of course, they get older and they start learning to do trigonometry and algebra and calculus. But at least in the United States, the way the education system is set up, it's very much mathematical education is very much geared around solving problems. Learn a skill, learn how to solve problems of this kind, right? And it starts in second grade with adding two numbers together and goes up to calculus when you're a senior in high school. But it's all about solving this problem and having this skill. That's a very one-sided view of mathematics. It's about using mathematics as a tool to solve problems. It's not about the actual discipline of mathematics itself. And I don't know anything about child psychology. Maybe that trying to teach kids proofs of beautiful theorems when they're 7 would be a disaster, but it might not be so bad when they're in high school and it's not done. So that might be a thing that could be improved. As far as the fear goes, I suspect that what's going on in these kinds of mathematical classes where you're learning the skill to solve a certain kind of problem, some people are naturally good at this skill and some people aren't. And I suspect that the fear comes from people that aren't, if you don't have success at it right away and the class is moving on and you're lost and you don't know how to, to me, it's if you're trying to you're teaching kids soccer and one kid starts being not quite as good as the other people and then they keep going and they're better and then the kid just doesn't even want to go to practice. It's not fun because they're not good at it. And I suspect that that's what's happening in the math case. And I think that everybody can learn this. And so I don't know what the solution to that problem is, but it's about having a safety net to catch kids and seeing when they're not keeping up and getting to them and getting them confidence. I mean, fear is all about a lack of confidence. And you start thinking I can't do this. And then it just becomes a nightmare. And if you can give confidence to the students, then I think that would help with the fear problem. But I don't, this is not my area of expertise. As a philosopher of mathematics, the thing I would say about this is we might think about trying at some point during the schooling, I'm not sure what the appropriate age to start would be, of teaching real mathematics, the mathematical theory of mathematical structures.
Yeah.
I honestly didn't start thinking about mathematics in the right way and appreciating it until I started studying the philosophy of mathematics. And then I started studying set theory and arithmetic and as theories, mathematical structures, and learning about it then while I was doing philosophy. And I just taught it all to myself. And I had a major in mathematics as an undergrad, and I didn't learn any of that stuff in college.